problems 99 and 100, we have a mechanism here where we have an L-shaped bar here and an L-shaped bar here. They're attached to point B, but in a slider, so that the force at B has to be in the vertical direction. This bar, upper bar, is resisted by a wall up here with a ruler, so this force also has to be in the vertical direction. They're pinned together here at D, and this lower bar is pinned to ground at C, and then there's an external or vertical load acting at E. So we can write our position vectors to each of the points of interest. And then we know some of these loads. Now we also have an external load acting here at point F, which I've defined, that isn't in the book. And it is a horizontal load. And so we know FA and FB have to be in the vertical direction, and FF is in the horizontal direction, and FE is in the negative vertical direction. So again, we can sum forces and moments. And I did that by looking at A, C, E, and F. So A, C, E, and F are the moments acting on the structure as a whole. So this would be summing the moments and the forces and moments on the entire body removed from the surroundings. And then I looked at BD, BDF, or ABFD, which is all the forces on this upper body. So I did a force and moment balance on this body here. So that gives us 6 equations, and we're going to have 6 unknowns. We're going to have 2 from the internal force at D, 2 from the external force at C, and 1 each from the external forces at F and B. So 6 equations, 6 unknowns. And I solved it kind of generally in terms of whatever P and Q are, because we're asked to change them in the second problem. So in the first case, we have the first case we have P is 90 and Q is 60. So we have the reaction force at B is 152 pounds. That's at the slider, and at the pivot point where it's connected to ground, we have minus 60 in the X and 200 in the Y. And then at the point where at the internal point where the 2 bars are connected, we have minus 60 and minus 42. So if we look back here, that would be in this one here, minus 6. This is actually going the other way. FD is in the opposite direction because we have minus signs for both components here. And FC is a minus sign for X, so FC is actually going somewhere like this. And then I did it for the other case where we have P is 60 and Q is 90 pounds. And in that case, B now becomes 108. CX becomes minus 90. CY becomes 150. DX becomes minus 90, and dy becomes minus 18. And again, none of the signs change, as probably we'd expect. There's not a ton of difference here. We get some loads are reduced, some are increased, but it's hard to really say what to expect as this the mechanisms here start to get more complicated. Intuition starts to fail.